uthole umphumela omuhle kusho ukuthi ke awuzange uthole umphumela osebenzisekayo.
I would say correct, there was no positive match, but it was an inconclusive findings.
Yebo ngingasho njalo ukuthi kwakungekho ke indlela ukuthi ngisho ukuthi le umphumela lona umphumela wawomekelekayo ngoba kwakungekho ukuthi sithi no
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel, for that clarification, because I want to make the correct submissions when you are not here in respect of this paragraph 6.1. Okay. And then let's move on. I'm going to skip paragraph 7 and paragraph 8. And then we go to paragraph 9. I just want to confirm, because there is no date here when you say you examined the fired bullets. Is it the 20th day of July? Or it's the date wherein you made the findings in paragraph 6 of the same report?
I guess idlulela ke ku paragraph 9 la ukuthi ke ngahlola inhlamvu ezidutshuliwe kwakungumhla ka-20 kuJuly noma kwakungile lelanga owadubule khona lezi inhlamvu eziku-6.1 la uhlale khona nezinhlamvu eziku-6.1.
I started comparing them after shooting the test on the 20th.
On the 20th.
And I checked them, but I couldn't finish, and I kept continuing checking them on daily until where I could reach a conclusion that this is positive. But before I could type my report, I gave them to other analysts for verification or for further comparison or verification of my results.
Ngaqala ukuhlola ngomhla ka-20 kuJuly kodwa ke akusho ukuthi ngaqeda ukwenza umsebenzi walelo langa ngaqhubeka ngilokhu ngihlola kodwa ke ngingakawubhali ke ngingawukhiphi umbiko wami mayelana naloku kuhlola ngaqala ngazinika ke laba abanye ama-analysts akhona ukuze balethe isiqiniseko.
Okay, can you just take me step by step? On paragraph 6.1, we've finished examination. Okay? We finished examination, we've got findings on paragraph 6.1.
Asithike lapha ku-6.1 ubhekile wathola ke umphumela akunjalo.
Then on Monday, which is paragraph 7, on the 20th, you receive another exhibit.
Ngomhla ka-21 kwawushidiwe lapha ku-7.1 ngomhla ka-20th.
Paragraph 8. Oh, sorry.
Wathola ke ezinye ke izintambo.
I'm summarizing because you have already entered this evidence into the record. That's why I'm saying on paragraph 6, the only thing that I want is the specific date. To say on the 20th of July, you receive the exhibits. On paragraph 8, you examined. And then on paragraph 9, what is happening and when? That's where I am now. On paragraph 9. Do you see that, Kenneth?
Yes, I see that.
Yeah.
Ngiyabona yini lapha ku-paragraph kone ngifuna ukuzwisisa ngithe ngo-6.1 ngathola lezinhlamvu ku-paragraph 8 wathi wahlola ngifuna ukuzwisisa kahle lapha ku-paragraph 9 kwakwenzekani.
Well, if you look at the date I've received the firearm on the 20th
of July.
Okay. Ngathola ke sibhamu ngomhla ka-20 kuJuly.
I shot the test when I came back.
Ngase ngidubula ke ama-test ngalilanga.
And I started with a microscopic comparison of the exhibits.
Ngase ngiqala ke ukuthi ngihlole ke nge-microscope ke lama exhibit engiwatholile.
I could not complete on the 20th. I continued on the 21st.
Angizange ngikwazi ukuqeda umsebenzi wami ngomhla ka-20 ngaqhubeka ngomhla ka-21st.
And I can't recall whether I finished on the 22nd, but then I gave in to my colleagues verification.
Kodwa angisakhumbule ukuthi ngaqeda ngalelanga noma ngaqeda ngelandelayo kodwa ke engikwazi ukuthi ngadlulisela ke lama exhibits kuba abantu engisebenza nabo ukuthi nabo bazobhekisisa.
So it means you received the firearm from Cleveland?
On the 20th, yes.
On the 20th?
Yebo ngathola isibhamu esivele eCleveland ngomhla ka-20.
Okay. And that firearm on the 20th you received after you had made findings in paragraph 6.1?
Kusho ukuthi wathola lesi sibhamu emva kokuthi usuqedile uhlola lapha nokuthi uthola umphumela lo olapha ku-6.1.
That is correct, Mama.
Yebo kunjalo.
Oh, okay. So it means when you got the findings in 6.1, the firearm had not reached the lab at that time.
Kusho ukuthi ke mothola umphumela kolapha ku-6.1 isibhamu sasingakafiki elab.
Am I right?
When I reached the conclusions on 6.1,
yes.
The firearm was still at Cleveland Police Station.
At Cleveland Police Station.
Umphumela ku-6.1 isibhamu sasisese-Cleveland.
Thank you very much, Kenan. Yeah, and then when you found negative results in paragraph 6, then you went to Cleveland to fetch the firearm on the 20th or on the date thereafter.
Wathi kumothola umphumela onganelisi lapha ku-6.1 wabe seke uyahamba uya eCleveland yolanda isibhamu.
That's correct, Mala. After finding inconclusive findings, not negative findings, inconclusive
Cha
findings.
ngathola umphumela ongenelisa hayi ukuthi umphumela ophikisayo.
But, okay, let's leave it.
When you say it's negative, it means it was not fired in the trial.
Manje ke phela umuthi lo mphumela awenelisa ukuchaza ukuthi phela le ndaba le ayidutshulwanga kuleso sibalo.
Okay, now thank you very much for that clarity that it was inconclusive results which did not give positive match.
That's correct, Mala.
I want to learn the ballistic way now.
Ongenelisi.
Okay. Then you went out of the lab to Cleveland police station to get the firearm now.
So asuka ke waye eCleveland police station wayolanda isibhamu manje.
That is correct, Mala.
Yebo kunjani?
If we can just pause there, don't close that page, which is paragraph 9. We're still going to analyze your findings now. After the first one that did not give you a positive match. Colonel, is it correct that when you do a comparison on the comparison microscope, there is a set of rules that are established internationally that you work according to? Set of rules, internal rules, that you work according to when we are doing the microscope comparison.
Set of
Kusho
rules.
ukuthi ke uma wenza ke uqhathanisa lapha ngaphansi kwale microscope oyisenzisayo ukuqhathanisa kukhona ke imithetho oyilandelayo esetshenziswa emhlabeni wonke oyilandelayo ukuthi wenze indlela oqhathanisa ngayo ngale mithetho ebekiwe.
Maybe I can say it is the set of rules, or it's the standard procedure, or it's the method that you follow.
Angithi ke mhlambe ke imithetho ebekiwe mhlambe indlela ezibekiwe zokuthi kusetshenziswe ngazo ofanele uzilandele.
But I'll say the method that we use or the procedure that we use.
The method.
Ngathi indlela nje
Method or procedure
esizilandelayo.
that we use.
And one of those procedures is the CMS.
Manje enye ke yalezi indlela isenza ngazo iCMS.
Normally we've been using the pattern matching, but the CMS was also introduced. It was only introduced, but it was not yet applied. But we kept on also using it.
Engingakusho ukuthi sasenzisa i-pattern matching kodwa iCMS yagcina nayo esiqalile ukusetshenziswa kodwa engakalethwa ngaleso sikhathi.
It was not?
Uthe
What about CMS?
It was only introduced,
Okay.
but normally we were using the pattern matching, and then the CMS was introduced.
iCMS yona yethula kodwa ngoba ngaleso sikhathi sasebenzisa i-pattern matching.
When was it introduced, CMS?
iCMS ke yethula nini?
We started with it after
2010,
2014, after the
2014,
Saqala
2014 when we
2014.
attended
The
the
course.
workshop in
in Cape Town.
Cape Town. That's correct.
Saqala ukuyisebenzisa ngo-2014 emva kokuthi ngesambe siyoqeqeshwa ku-workshop ese-Cape Town.
Which means what? Consecutive matching
Matching
striations.
styles. That's correct.
Okusho ukuthi consecutive matching striations. Lo kuchaza ukuthi
Striation, Mr. Ngoma.
striation. Ngiyaxolisa lapha. Sorry. Usho ukuthi ke la kulandelelwa ke ukuthi yiphi imigqa efanayo ekhona elandelelekayo.
So in that training in 2014, that's when you were taught that you have to use this, we said it's a method or a policy, CMS
Method.
method.
Ngithe lena ke indlela isenza ngayo. Uthi yena.
And then which method did you use or did you apply?
Yiphi indlela yokusebenza owayisebenzisa la?
Yes.
There are some instances where you apply both of them.
Khona indawo la usebenzisa khona zombili lezi zinto zokusebenza.
So which was the pattern match
You get the pattern match and
and
also
the
you get the striation.
consecutive matching striation.
That's correct, ma'am.
Usho ukuthi lapha ngabe senzisa i-pattern matching saphinde sasebenzisa ke nokubheka le migqa ekuthiwa ama-striation.
And then in terms of this method of CMS, you have to find, you'll correct me if I put it the other way, but when you are doing the comparison with the exhibits, you need to find one group of 6 striations or 2 groups of striations.
Kusho ukuthi ke uma
Sorry, not 2, 3, sorry, my lord. You have to find one group of 6 striations or 2 groups of 3 striations.
kusho ukuthi ke uma uqhathanisa ke la ufanele uthi uthole iqembu lemigqa eyisithupha noma usithole amaqembu amabili emigqa emithathu
In the same relative position.
wonke ke ehleli ey'ndaweni eziqhathanisekayo.
That is correct, Madam.
Yebo
That's
kunjalo.
correct. Okay. So I want us to use this formula now when we're going there to calculate these striations. Group of
Manje
six
ngifuna
striations.
sisebenzise yona ke le formula mase siyobheka lapho ukuthi ikuphi le migqa.
But also before going there to the chart of your examination, can you tell me, with your understanding, the difference between the pattern method and the CMS, if there is any difference?
Uma khona umehluko phakathi kwe-CMS ne-pattern matching, ngicela ukuthi ungichazele ukuthi yini ke lo mehluko.
Madam, when you're speaking of CMS, you're speaking of striation lines that are created by the firearm during the firing process. It could be 6 matching striations or 2 sets of 3. They must be in the same relative positions. And when you're talking of a pattern, you can have striations that makes a pattern, specific pattern. And when you look at that pattern, it will be the same pattern that is created by those striations. So that's when we're using both. You're looking at the pattern created by the striations.
Okay.
Uma sikhuluma nge-CMS ke sikhuluma ngemigqa ke le eshiyakayo lapha esibhamini kodwa kufanele sezindaweni ezikwazi ukuthi zikhathaniseke. Manje masikhuluma nge-pattern sikhuluma ukuthi le migqa lena yakha i-pattern ethize ebonakalayo ukuthi iyaqhathaniseka ibonakala ukuthi seyindaweni ezifanayo yini.
So it's possible to apply them both simultaneously.
Manje uchaza ukuthi ke uyakwazi yini ukuzisebenzisa zombili lezi ndlela wathi yebo.
Are we also in agreement that when we're looking at the striations, now we are looking at the group of 6 striations, or 2 groups of 3 striations?
Manje sopheka ke la kukhona khona iqembu le migqa lena yokuhuzuka eyisithupha noma sibheke la kunamaqembu amabili anemigqa emithathu ngalenye.
Yes, Madam, we
We are in agreement.
Siyavumelana yini?
we can look at the striations, the 6 striations, or even if it's more than 6, but we are looking at the striations created by a firearm. We can count those striations also.
Athi hayi sizobheka ke ukuhuzuka noma imigqa eshiwe yisibhamu.
But in terms of this CMS method, you have to look at 6 striations, 1 group of 6 striations, or 2 group of striations.
Manje ngokuhambisana ke nalendlela yokusebenza i-CMS ukuthi sifanele sifune imigqa eyisithupha noma sifune imigqa emithathu esemaqembini amabili.
Consecutively matching or continuously matching.
Kusho ukuthi ke elandelelana ngendlela abekeke ngayo.
That's correct, Madam.
Yebo unjani?
I'm asking these things because I want to understand the application when we're going to the striations, to say which method are we applying when we are counting the striations.
Ukuthi ngifuna ukuzwisisa kahle ukuthi kubalwa kanjani lapha yikho ngibuza.
Okay. Do you also agree with me, Colonel, that the consecutive matching striations is main, stria is 1?
Manje igama lethi stria lisho okukodwa, striations usho ukuthi imigqa eminingi.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh,
Athi yebo kunjani?
okay. Is it correct that in consecutive matching stria, it means that striations which you are counting must follow each other? In other words, there cannot be a difference or a break in between the striations.
Usho ukuthi ke uma ngithi kubalwa ke le migqa lena ifanele ihambe ilandelelane ngendlela elandelene ngayo kulezi indawo zombili osibhekayo kungabi nala uthola khona ukuthi kukhona umugqa ongekho.
There must be.
When we refer to a break, what are we referring to?
When
Because
you
that
want-
break can create what we call a pattern.
Manje umuthi ke kukhona ke la eqe khona uchaza ukuthini?
When we're talking about the pattern and consecutive matching, I don't know whether I should explain that in Zulu. Consecutive, it's 1 and the same striation. So it must be the same without a break, without another striation which is not continuously matching with the other one. That's the explanation I can give.
Usho ukuthi ke imigqa lena ifanele ilandelelane ngendlela efananayo kuzo zombili lezi ndawo ozobe uzihlola.
We can continue on that, Madam.
We can continue on that.
We can
Thank you.
continue on that.
Singaqhubeka nalokho.
Okay. And then these consecutive striations, they have to line up.
Manje ke le migqa ke nje elandelanayo ngaleyo ndlela ifanele ke ibonakala ukuthi hamba ngendlela
In other words, on both sides, we have the left-hand side, which is the exhibit bullet. We have the right-hand side, which is the test bullet. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Okusho ukuthi ke ifanele ibe sendaweni eyodwa uma isibheke kule nhlamvu lena ethole endaweni esigameko ke na kule nhlamvu le ye test nakhona kufanele ukuthi le migqa lena iqondene.
So these lines, they have to line up
Kusho ukuthi ke le migqa ifanele iqondane
and they must be of the correct width.
kusho ukuthi ke nobanzi bayo ifanele kufane.
Sorry, my lord, just one word. They must also of the same height.
Futhi ke nokude bayo le migqa ifanele ifane.
In other words, what I'm saying to you, Kenneth, is that these consecutive matching striations, they must line up and must be in their same height and in their same width. I'll show you when we are going there. In other words, they must be the same. That's what I'm trying to unpack.
Ongishoyo ukuthi le migqa lena ifanele iqondane ibe mide ngendlela efananayo ibe nobubanzi obufananayo. Uzokhombisa uma siya la.
In other words, the other one should not be big in width and the other one be thin. They must be of the same.
Engikuchazayo ukuthi kungabi nokwehlukana, kungabi ugqensi, kungabi nozacile.
But when you say they must be the same width, the same